Hey folks, how are we? I want to show you something. So, this is loyalty for you. I've never taught Jet this. This is just respect from one to another. If I gave her this bacon strip, and it is the most delicious smelling thing I've ever had, she'll take it straight away. But watch this, if I put it in my mouth, and I haven't taught her anything, watch. Jet. You bastard. You weren't supposed to do that, we were teaching. She took it. I take everything I just said back. Selfish git. Hi, my name is Christian Lewis. I am 39 years old and I am currently walking the coastline of the United Kingdom. I started on the 1st of August 2017. Keeping me company along the way is Jet. And I'm loving every moment.
In March this year, I walked into my local village pub, and in there was a man I'd never seen before. He had this big bushy beard, bandana, he was wearing a kilt, and he had a whippet dog. I immediately had to talk to him. This is how I met Chris, and I found out that he was walking the complete coastline of the UK for charity. Now, this has never been done before. Sure, it's been done walking around the roads of the coastline, but not the ins and outs and every nook and cranny of the UK, including all the islands. That's a total of 18,000 miles, and so far Chris has walked 9,000 miles. That's the equivalent of walking from London to Perth, Australia, as the crow flies. Anyway, I invited Chris back to my house for a sausage sandwich so I could find out more. Sausage sandwiches here in the kitchen.
Thank you, sir. I was just sitting on a bench.
Right, you're sitting on a bench.
Strange looks. Who's this man in the kilt?
Just come back down to see some relatives in the village. But Chris, it's been an amazing journey.
Yes, it has.
When did it all start?
So I started on the 1st of August 2017. And the truth is, it was a very simple decision. I'd come out from the surf one day. I was having a bit of a bad time myself. I knew something needed to be changed. So I just looked down the coast. I was living in Swansea at the time. I looked down the coast and just thought, I want to walk that. So I started walking it that day. And as I come back around to where my house was, I just started packing all my stuff. 7 days later, I was gone. So yeah, it's been an incredible year and a half. It really has.
Wow, and you're walking clockwise around the UK?
So I started up the west coast.
Right.
And obviously you go through Wales, which is a wonderful country to walk through because it's the only place in the United Kingdom that has a coast path running from beginning to end. Then I come up through England and things changed slightly there. And then up into Scotland then where things changed even more, everything got bigger and wilder.
And so you've actually walked around all the islands there as well?
Well, yes, I'm literally just about to finish. So as I was coming up to a place called Maleg in Scotland, there was a ferry to go over to Skye. And I just decided there and then, as soon as I got into Skye, I want to do all of the islands, not realising at the time there were 700 of them.
Good afternoon folks, how are we? So, look at this. That road, basically where that bridge is, that starts taking me up to where the bridge is that goes towards Skye, Kyle of Lacage, I think it's called. Forgive my pronunciation, get over it. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And even more so, we've been completely treated by a little track that hopefully runs through those woods, because if it doesn't, that's another day's walk. It's 10k around there, 6 mile.
I've just had a message today when I get back to Scotland after this little break to be taken out to an island that's 4 miles off the coast, totally uninhabited, and they're going to drop me off, leave me there for 5 days, and I'll just do my thing.
So how are you living? How do you get food?
For occasions like that, it's all about foraging really. I can't carry the amount of food that I need to take, and I have my dog Jet, whom I rescued on the way.
I can't believe
she's out there being shy.
Chris rescued a dog on the way round, a malnutrition starving dog, and this is Jet. Jet's here for the sausages as well.
That's why she's in a tank, because she's only had one so far.
Hey, afternoon folks, how are we? So, this stuff behind me is disastrous to walk through. It's so hard to get through it. There's no paths or anything. I'm skirting around the edge of, I wouldn't say it's a mountain, but it's big. Around the edge of it on the coast, and there's no tracks or nothing. It's just this. and all the branches and leaves and the trees, they've fallen, so you're forever taking your bag off, pulling it under a tree, and oh, I mean, I'm enjoying it. There's no word to rely. I know once I've done this, I'll be like, yes. We've been plodding in the same forest now for the last hour, I'd say, and probably only moved about 400 meters. But the only comfort is that there's a stream over to my left-hand side over here, and I can hear it, because it's very easy to get disorientated when you're in like thick forestry or anything like that, believe me. So the sound of that river the sound of that stream or burn makes me know that I'm heading in the right direction. So all I've got to do is just keep ploughing on. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
And you're raising money for charities?
Yes, so I'm raising money for SAFA, and they helped me. I'm an ex-parachute regiment myself, and you know, like many other soldiers, I went through a hard time afterwards.
Yeah.
I ended up homeless. You know, I turned to drugs myself, as many do. But yeah, it's incredible.
Well, this is a journey, not just a journey around the UK, but it's been a journey of your life, I suppose.
It has.
It's totally turned things around.
I wanted to do it for SAFA,
Yeah.
Soldier Sailor Air Force Association, because they're very family orientated. They're the longest running, as far as I'm aware, the longest running military charity there is going. They started just after World War II. So they've been going forever, and they focus seriously on the family kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I was a single parent, so they helped us through some really hard times, you know. So it was a real no-brainer for me. There's a huge personal part of this journey, and the other half of it is obviously for the charity itself. And they really work hand in hand brilliantly with each other. They really do.
Well, I think it's amazing what you've done and what you've achieved. And you're going back to Scotland soon. Where are you going back to? Where are you starting off here?
I'm on the Uists at the moment, which is just underneath Lewis and Harris, and it's my last Hebridean island, which is really sad because I have just been made to feel so welcome. They all want me to come back and live there. It's a completely different world out there, so it's going to be really sad leaving the Hebrides, but obviously I will be making a return visit when I finish.
Hey, good morning, folks. So, I never thought I'd do a post completely in tears, but I want you to know they're happy tears. For the last time in 8.5 months, Jet and I pack our tent away in the Hebrides, and this part of the adventure finishes, for now. When I first started this walk, coming up through Wales and coming up through England on the west coast and even into Scotland, I still had things going on upstairs that just didn't need to be there. And it was only since I started coming onto the Hebrides and the more intricate parts of the islands, and I started to just completely open up to what was around me in a positive way rather than a negative. I've really started to learn to harness what's around me and the brutality of the weather and the way that works in conjunction with the community spirit here, how they all help each other and pitch in together. It's just wonderful. And I've met so many good people here. I've shared whiskey, ate food, gone to Kayla's, had house parties, had people come walking with me, been told stories of their ancestors on these islands. And the more you go to the outer parts of these Outer Hebrides, the more that community spirit is still there. I really believe that, and on a lot of the smaller islands. So we came into the Hebrides completely different people to what we're going out, and the beauty of the islands reflects the beauty of the people that live on them. And yeah, you've sorted me and Jet out. I owe you guys for that. But as I always say, onwards and upwards. So, mainland Scotland, Jet and I are on our way to you. We're going to go back to Oban, up to Fort William, back to where we left off on the mainland, which was Loch Alline near Mull. And then we head north towards John O'Groats, go do the Shetlands, Orkneys, down the east coast of England, and do the full swing back round up into Wales. How long that'll take, I don't know, and I don't care. I hope it takes another 10 years. This is my view this morning. and I'm just going to lay here for an hour. Just going to lay here for an hour before I set off and take this all in. Every single person in the Hebrides that I've met, thank you. Really, thank you. Mainland Scotland, we're packing our bags and we're coming to you. You guys have an epic day. We will.